Guys, we got 2008 Buick Enclave. It's also going to work for other GM models and other years. Doing the outer tie rod. Let's get straight into it. Boom. I took the brakes off because we're doing brakes anyways. But without the rotor in the way, you kind of get a better view. And let's get down to business. 7/8 or 22 millimeter on the lug nuts. Zip those off. Make sure you're safety first, using your jack stands and whatnot. And we are going to grab this cotter key and straighten the tail on it with some pliers. You can just snip these bad boys off if you're replacing your tie rod. You know, make your life easier. There we go. Now straighten it out a little. Grab it by the eye and see if you can spin and pull it out. This one, I can't get a good look at it from over there, so. I'll struggle with the cotter key more than I will with the whole rest of the job. Give her a little tap ski. And she started to come out. Just a little tap. It'd be easier for me to just walk over to my toolbox and grab some side cuts.
Sure would, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm gonna do. Celebrate good time. Come on. There we go. Cotter keys out. Side cuts, my people. Side cuts. Any other notes? I don't think so. Alright, we're gonna grab our 21 millimeter. Zip this nut off. Zipped right off, great. No heat, nothing needed for this one. Gotta love that. You can grab a crescent wrench or a 24 millimeter-ish. Depending on what's happened to this in the past, it could have different size lock nut on the back of the tie rod. Clean some of that dirt off and take a peek. We've got our nut right there, you see it? We just need an outer tie rod because somebody, whoever did this last, didn't put the grease fitting in, rusted out the ball inside, and now it has play. So we're gonna turn it clockwise, which is gonna loosen it in our case. Little bar on a wrench, boom, loosened it. That's all you gotta do. Just like not even a quarter turn. Now we grab out kindness and we give it a few smacks right here. Surprised I didn't get it. This is an aluminum steering knuckle. I don't really want to hit much harder than that. So I'll just grab a pickle for it.
Pickle. You want a pickle over there?
Here's the big pickle for you. Oh well. This one I'll have to do. Usually the vibrations break them loose. This one's not too rusty. It's actually pretty mint for my area. Not in there good enough yet. There we go. Now our tie rod's out. A little pickle fork. I don't feel comfortable hitting aluminum that hard. All right. I've already verified my new tie rod is the same length, center hole to lock nut
Put that 21 over
So we are not changing the alignment at all, but always recommend alignment after any tie rod type situation. Ball joint struts, you know, your typical stuff. As you can see from my attire, I'm completely professional and you can trust every word I say. Unless I'm joking. And I have a very serious joking face. A little bit of grease, just the thinnest little film for the next guy who has to take it off. I'm gonna slap this new tie rod on. Just give it the old spin skis, guys. This replacement, it's supposed to be OEM is what I thought I asked for, does not have a grease fitting on it. So that's pretty crazy. There we go. We're just slightly loose. Right there's tight. That's to compensate for that little bit. We turned that guy off, right? All right, we're gonna take our castle nut out. Inspect your bore. Make sure it looks good. Plop her in there. And there'll be a torque spec on this. Whatever the torque spec is, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask your parts guy or look it up on Google. Google.
Galley.
Did you take that 21?
No.
I'm trying to film.
You never do anything like that.
Give me that 21.
I'm trying to work.
Well, you're in the wrong place if you want to work. I'm just gonna give it a little tightening. Oh, it's not a 21 anymore. I took it for no reason. I need the 22. It's a 22 now.
Magically grew in size, apparently.
They changed my nuts.
Yeah.
Nope, it's 24. 24 millimeter. Oh yeah. Just sucked her down. And time to tighten this bad boy back up.
No, what's that one?
Jam nut, lock nut, whatever you want to call it. Nice and tight. Turn that tie rod straight up and down again. And that's basically how you do it. We've got a cotter key. We got a cotter key.
Somewhere. There it is.
So never loosen your castle nut to make the cotter key go through. Always tighten it a little bit. So I gotta look up the torque spec, tighten it, put the cotter key through, bend the tails just like the one we took off. And yeah, if you have a grease fitting, go ahead and grease that bad boy up. Put your tire back on, torque your lug nuts to spec, bring your jacks down safely, and call it a day, schedule alignment.
Yeah, bud.